stop for a second. It wasn't an accident that you opened this today. I gave an order for this message to reach you before this day ended. And it did. At the last moment when there was still time, it reached you. There is a window open over your life right now, and it won't stay open forever. The message I sent the messenger to deliver has a set time. It's today. It's right now. It's while you're still hearing my voice. Stay until the end. Because before this message ends, you're going to know exactly what was being kept to give you on this day. Not next month. Not when you're ready. Today. And what was kept has your name written on it. I know how your morning went. Before everyone else woke up, you got out of bed and walked to the mirror. And for a second, you didn't recognize the face looking back at you. Those tired eyes carrying something you can't even name anymore. The face of someone who's standing but has forgotten what it feels like to rest on the inside. You splashed water on your face, took a deep breath, and went about your day, like you always do. And throughout the week, you watched other people move forward. You saw doors open for other people, and a silent question rose up from your chest, the one you never say out loud. What am I doing wrong? Why does it seem so natural for everyone else? And for me, it always feels like an uphill climb. There was also that comment, said quietly, maybe without malice, maybe without even realizing it, but it stuck. It hammered in your head for weeks. You know exactly which one it was. And even now, if I hadn't said it, you wouldn't admit how much it still hurts. And at night, when the house goes quiet, comes the inventory. The list of what hasn't arrived yet. What you expected to have by now. The dream you've pushed forward so many times you're embarrassed to talk about it. I'm not going to tell you you're weak. That's not it. Someone who's weak doesn't wake up early every day. Someone who's weak doesn't carry things in silence so they don't burden others. Someone who's weak would have given up long ago. You didn't give up. You're here. And that by itself tells you who you are. Before I continue, do one thing. Drop your like here. You seek. You dedicate yourself. You do everything right, and yet abundance never comes. And the worst part, you start wondering if you're doing something wrong, if you're being heard up above, if it's meant for you at all. It's not a lack of faith or worthiness. It's a spiritual blockage that ordinary prayer alone cannot break. The Miracle Journal unblocks this in 21 days with a spiritual protocol that works exactly where your prayer doesn't reach. Along with the journal, you'll also receive as a gift the prayer guide and the Psalms manual with the most powerful sacred practices and texts to deepen your transformation. To claim your version of the journal, tap the link in the comments right below this video. Before I continue, do one thing. Drop your like here. The like is your public amen. It's your way of saying, without words, I receive this. And heaven records what you confess openly. It's not a button. It's a yes. Now listen, because I made 3 promises for this moment, and I don't break what I promise. The first, that void you feel, that sense that something is missing that you can't put your finger on, it's not an absence of worth. It never was. It's a calling that hasn't been named yet. The void isn't your defect. It's the exact space, the size of what you're still going to become. The second, before this message ends, you're going to receive a protocol, a concrete way to recognize and seal the identity that heaven has already given you. Not a nice idea, an act. Something you do today that changes how you see yourself tomorrow. The third, in the end, you'll be able to declare out loud who you are, without asking anyone's permission, without waiting for someone to confirm it, because the confirmation you always searched for out there was already signed up here. I know about the times you doubted being special. I was there for every single one of them. And I'm telling you now, with the authority of the one who formed you, the choice about your life was made long before you were born. You're not trying to earn a place. You're waking up to a place that was always yours. Stay with me, because now I'm going to show you the signs. If you can, close your eyes for a moment, or at least look away from everything that's fighting for your attention, because what I'm about to show you, you've already lived. You just didn't know what to call it. The first sign. You wake up in the middle of the night for no reason. It's not noise, it's not the coffee, it's not your age. You simply open your eyes at a strange hour, your heart awake, the house silent. And you called it insomnia, stress, a mind that won't shut off. It wasn't. That was your spirit being awakened to receive what your mind couldn't yet name. Heaven speaks loudest when the world is quietest, and that hour of the early morning is when I reach out to you the most. The second sign. A sudden restlessness that you need to change something important. Not a whim. A pressure from within that comes back even when you try to drown it out. The feeling that the place where you are no longer fits you. You called it dissatisfaction, a lack of gratitude, not knowing how to appreciate what you have. And maybe people even told you to settle down. But it wasn't pointless restlessness. It was the call pushing you out of the old mold. Tight clothes aren't the clothes' fault. It's a sign you've grown. The third sign. In moments of silence, you feel watched, accompanied, like you're not alone in the room, even though you are. A presence that doesn't scare you. In fact, it even calms you. But you never knew how to explain it. You called it imagination, a weird feeling. And you preferred not to mention it to anyone so you wouldn't seem strange. But it wasn't imagination. It was the messenger drawing near. Heaven's presence comes before the message. The room gets quieter because something holy entered it. And now the last sign, the hardest one to hear. It's what the enemy spent the most time trying to make you ignore. Deep down, even on your worst days, there's an uncomfortable certainty. The certainty that you were made for something greater. You tried to drown out that certainty so many times. Afraid of seeming arrogant. Afraid of dreaming and being disappointed. Afraid that if you admitted it out loud, someone would laugh. So you buried it. You called it fantasy, ego, wanting too much. It was none of that. That certainty you tried to kill is the signature of your choice. It's the mark I left on you before the world touched you. The enemy fought so hard against it precisely because it's true. Nobody wastes ammunition on a lie. If he attacked that place in you so much, it's because that place holds your greatest treasure. If this word reached you, write free in the comments. Just that word. Because today the chain that held your truth is being broken, and heaven wants to hear you confess your liberation. Now close your eyes for a second. Take a deep breath. What I'm about to tell you doesn't work if your attention is divided. Let the air out slowly. And come with me, because I want to tell you two stories that are, deep down, your story. There was a man named Gideon. When the messenger from heaven found him, he was hiding, threshing wheat in a cramped winepress, afraid, trying not to be seen by the enemies who dominated his land. It was the smallest, most scared place a man could be. And the messenger arrived and said to him a phrase that made no sense at that moment. He said, "The Lord is with you, mighty warrior, mighty warrior." For a man who was hiding, for a man who considered himself the least in the weakest family of his people. Gideon even answered, astonished, "Who me? Look where I am. Look who I am." But heaven didn't call him by what he seemed. Heaven called him by what he was on the inside, before he even believed it. The name came first. The courage came after. He wasn't called mighty because he had already won. He won because he was called mighty. Now think of another image. A raw diamond, still trapped in the rock, deep in the earth, dirty, without luster, without cut. If you walked past it, you'd throw it away thinking it's just a stone. But it's already a diamond. It doesn't become a diamond when someone recognizes it. It doesn't become a diamond when it's cut. It was already a diamond when no one had seen it yet. The luster doesn't create the value. The luster only reveals the value that was always there. Do you see the connection? Just like Gideon hiding was already a mighty warrior, and just like the rough stone was already a diamond, you are already what was declared over you. Today's message isn't transforming you into someone new. It's revealing who you always were underneath the dust. If this resonates with you, write in the comments, Gideon, or write, Flame Bearer. Tell heaven which side of this story you recognize yourself in today. Now let me stop for a full minute. No hurry. I want you to gather everything you've heard so far, because what comes now is the center of everything. Look where you've arrived. You got here carrying the doubt of being ordinary. A doubt that has followed you for so long it became part of the landscape. You recognized signs you tried to ignore for years. The early morning wake-ups, the restlessness, the presence, the buried certainty, all of it, together, forming one single picture. And you saw that even the chosen figures doubted themselves, that the man heaven called a warrior was hiding, that the greatest of callings begins almost always with a who, me. I saw every time you made yourself small, every time you cut off your own sentence before finishing it, every time you left for someone else the place that was yours, afraid to occupy it. I saw, and I never agreed with the way you treated yourself, and now I'm going to do what no one has done for you. I'm going to tell you, without beating around the bush, without softening it, the name I've always kept for you. Because what you're about to hear isn't a human title. It's what I call you when I speak of you in heaven. The first identity. You are the marked of origin. I set you apart before you knew how to walk. In a plan that came before your mistakes, before your falls, before anything you did or didn't do. You weren't a happy accident. You were an intention from day one. What this identity authorizes you to do is simple. Stop treating yourself like an accident. Stop living like someone who apologizes for existing. Start seeing yourself as intention, because that's exactly what you are. The second identity. You are the one who passes through the fire. I saw every pain that tried to extinguish you, every loss, every hard night, and look what happened. The fire didn't consume you. It only burned away what wasn't essential in you. What's left after everything is pure. It's what cannot be destroyed. What this identity authorizes you to do is stop hiding your scars. You've covered them for years, ashamed. But they aren't proof that you're fragile. They're proof that you were selected and survived. Start wearing them as proof of selection, not as a reason for shame. The third identity. You are the bearer of the message. This message that reaches you today doesn't end with you. I saw the size of what you carry inside, and I know it doesn't fit in just one life. You were chosen to carry this forward. To be, for someone else, the messenger that today is being for you. What this identity authorizes you to do is stop waiting for permission. You've spent your life waiting for someone to say, you can go. I'm saying it now. Start occupying the place that is already yours. No one is going to hand you a key to a door that already has your name on it. Write in the comments the name of the identity that burned the most in you when it was spoken. The one that touched deepest. And if this message is reaching you, subscribe to the channel. Because heaven is going to keep reaching out to you through here, and I don't want you to miss the next time I speak to you. From invisible to recognized. From ordinary to chosen. From hidden to sent. From one who doubted to one who declares. This is the path that opened over you today. Now, before I deliver what I promised, listen carefully. Because receiving isn't enough. It has to be sealed, and that's exactly what comes now. I'm going to give you a protocol. It has a name. It's called the Seal of the Chosen. It's 3 steps, and you can do it today. Right now, before the day ends. The first step. In silence, place your hand on your chest and acknowledge in a low voice, just for you and for heaven, that today's message was for you, not for some generic crowd. For you. Say quietly, "This was for me and no one else." Because it was. The second step. Remember the identity that burned the most when it was spoken. The one that made something move inside you. Take that identity and repeat it 3 times, out loud, as yours. Not as a possibility, as a fact. I am. I am. I am. The repetition isn't exaggeration. It's the way to transfer a truth from your mouth to your soul. The third step. Write the name of that identity somewhere you see every day. On your mirror, on your phone, on a piece of paper by your bed. So that every morning, when doubt tries to come back, it finds the truth already written there, waiting for it. And how will you know you truly received it? It won't be euphoria. It won't be fireworks. It will be a quietness, a strange calm that settles in your chest, like someone who has finally arrived home after a long journey. That quietness is the sign. It's my way of saying, it's sealed. If you're receiving this protocol, write "received" in the comments. Because what is confessed openly is established twice over. Now I need to warn you about something, and I'm not going to soften it. In the next 72 hours, 3 things will be launched against you, not as a possibility, as a certainty, because the enemy never lets a chosen one be sealed without reacting. The first tactic arrives as false humility. It will whisper in your head, "Who am I to be chosen?" It will dress itself as modesty, as being down to earth, as someone who doesn't think highly of themselves. But it's not humility. It's refusal in disguise. True humility accepts the place heaven gave you. What rejects the calling is pride wearing humility's clothes. The second tactic arrives as urgent distraction. Today, a flood of tasks will fall on you. Things that seem like they can't wait. And the intention behind it is one: to make you postpone the protocol until you completely forget it ever existed. That's why I'm telling you, do it today, not tomorrow. The urgency of tasks is the chosen weapon to steal this moment from you. The third tactic arrives tomorrow. It will whisper that all of this was just emotion of the moment, that you got carried away, that tomorrow, in the cold light of an ordinary day, none of this was real. It's the doubt of memory made to erase what was sealed. When it comes, go back to what you wrote. Written truth beats remembered doubt, and there is still an internal enemy, the most subtle of all. It's your own voice saying, "This applies to everyone. There's nothing special about you." That voice dresses itself as reason, as maturity, as not wanting to think you're better than others. But it was made to dilute your choice until it becomes nothing. Don't answer that voice. Today's message has your name on it, not everyone's name. Write "protected" in the comments, because the decree over the next 72 hours has just been sealed over your life. Now let's close. Put your hand on your chest. Feel your feet firm on the ground. Close your eyes if you can, and breathe slowly, like someone preparing to receive something that can't be undone. There are burdens you've carried here that won't cross this door with you. The first is the weight of thinking you're ordinary. I take that from you now. The second is the fear of seeming arrogant for accepting who you are. Let go of that fear. It was never your friend. The third is the urgency of tasks that try to steal this exact moment. Leave it outside. Say with me, silently or out loud, "I let go. I let go of the weight. I let go of the fear. I let go of the hurry." Now listen, because I am speaking to you. I saw you this morning, before everyone else woke up, standing in front of the mirror, not recognizing your own face. I was there, and I tell you, the tired face you saw isn't your true face. It's just the dust of the road. Beneath it is the face of a chosen one, and that's what I see when I look at you. And that comment, the one said quietly, the one that hammered in your head for weeks. I heard it. I heard it enter, and I heard it stay. And today, I undo it. That word no longer has authority over you. What defines you is me, and I never said about you what that voice said. I cover your mind, so that doubt doesn't return to live where the truth now lives. I cover your relationships, so that no one convinces you that you are less than what I made you. I cover your time, and I tell you, you are not late. You are being prepared. And I cover your identity, that deepest place in you, with a seal that no one can remove. From scarcity of self to fullness of self. From doubt to certainty. From hidden to revealed. It is done. You are being sent. No longer as someone looking for a place, but as someone carrying a calling. Now say it out loud, before anything else. I have been chosen, and today I receive. Did you say it? Then it's sealed. What was delivered here was delivered, and it can't be undone. Write "done" in the comments. That's your signature on everything that happened here today. And think of one person, one specific person who needs to hear that they too were chosen. You already know who it is. Their face appeared in your mind just now. Send this message to them, because the message that doesn't end with you is the third identity you just received being fulfilled in practice. In the next video, I'm going to show you what to do with the identity after it's sealed, how to walk in it when the world still calls you by your old name. Don't miss it. It is done. You are not the same person you were when this message began. You seek. You dedicate yourself. You do everything right, and yet abundance never comes. And the worst part? You start wondering if you're doing something wrong, if you're being heard up above, if it's meant for you at all. It's not a lack of faith or worthiness. It's a spiritual blockage that ordinary prayer alone cannot break. The Miracle Journal unblocks this in 21 days with a spiritual protocol that works exactly where your prayer doesn't reach. Along with the journal, you'll also receive as a gift the prayer guide and the Psalms manual, with the most powerful sacred practices and texts to deepen your transformation. To claim your version of the journal, tap the link in the comments right below this video.